word that resonates deeply with all of us. It whispers lies, paralyzes our dreams, it creates walls where there should be bridges. My friends, I know what fear feels like. I felt the icy grip of uncertainty, the crushing weight of inadequacy, and the torment of self-doubt. But let me tell you something, powerful fear does not define us. It is not the end of our story. In fact, it's the beginning of something incredible if we choose to break free from it. I was born without arms and legs, and let me tell you, the fear of being not enough tried to cripple me before I even had the chance to try. Imagine a child looking at the world and wondering if he has a place in it. Fear told me I would never achieve anything. Fear said I would never walk, work, or have a family. Fear told me no one would ever love me or accept me. But you know what I discovered? Fear is nothing but a liar, and its power over us is only as strong as we allow it to be. There were days I cried and begged for answers. Why me? Why was I different? I let fear dominate my thoughts until I learned something that changed everything. I realized I have a choice. Fear may knock on the door, but I don't have to invite it in. I chose to trust in something greater. I chose to believe that my life was not an accident and that I was created with a purpose. That shift in mindset was the first step toward freedom. The question isn't if you will face fear, it's when. Fear is universal, but courage is a choice. Let me tell you a secret, courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. It's taking one step, then another, even when the road ahead is unclear. You don't have to see the whole path, you just need to take the first step. When I started speaking, I was terrified. The thought of standing in front of people, exposing my vulnerabilities, and sharing my story was overwhelming. But I made a decision I would not let fear steal my destiny. So I got up on stage, I stumbled, I made mistakes, and I felt inadequate. But something amazing happened. Every time I faced fear, it shrank. Every time I stood tall, fear lost its grip on me. You see, fear thrives in the shadows, but the moment you bring it into the light, it loses its power. I know some of you are watching this feeling trapped by the fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. You might feel stuck in a job you hate, a relationship that's toxic, or a cycle of self-doubt you can't seem to escape. Maybe you're afraid to dream big because the fear of disappointment seems too great. But let me ask you, what is fear really costing you? Is it worth giving up on your dreams, your purpose, and the joy that's waiting on the other side? Breaking free from fear doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a journey. But every journey begins with a single step. Start small. Maybe it's having a difficult conversation, applying for that job, or speaking your truth for the first time. Each act of courage is a victory. And let me tell you, once you taste victory, fear will never taste the same again. When you face fear, you're going to feel resistance. That's natural. Resistance is a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. Fear loves comfort zones because that's where dreams go to die. But comfort zones are also prisons disguised as safety. If you want to grow, if you want to truly leave, you have to be willing to leave the familiar and step into the unknown. Do you know what happens when you break free from fear? You start living a life you never thought possible. You find strength you didn't know you had. You discover that your challenges are not obstacles, they are opportunities. My life is proof of this. I've traveled to over 70 countries, spoken to millions, written books, and most importantly, I have a beautiful family that fills my heart with more joy than I can describe. None of this would have been possible if I had let fear win. I often think about the story of David and Goliath. The giant looked impossible to defeat, but David didn't let fear stop him. He didn't focus on how big Goliath was, he focused on how big his God was. That's the perspective shift we need. Don't look at the size of your fears, look at the size of your faith. Faith is the antidote to fear. Faith says, I may not have all the answers, but I trust that I am being guided. Faith says, I'm not alone in this battle. And remember, you're not in this alone. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you even when you struggle to believe in yourself. Fear isolates, but courage connects. When you share your fears with someone you trust, their encouragement can become the bridge to your breakthrough. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that fear loses its power when you find your purpose. Purpose gives you a reason to wake up every day, to fight through the challenges, and to keep moving forward. When you know your why, the how becomes clear. My purpose is to inspire people, to show them that no matter what their circumstances, they can rise above. What's your purpose? What makes your heart come alive? Find it, and fear will no longer have the final say in your life. Today, I challenge you to take a bold step toward freedom. Don't let fear dictate your choices. Don't let it keep you from the life you were meant to live. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and capable of far more than you imagine. So break free Break free from the chains of fear and step into the light of courage, purpose, and possibility. The world needs what only you can offer. Your voice, your gifts, your story, it all matters. Fear will try to stop you, but remember, the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the story you tell yourself about why you can't. Change the story. Rewrite it with faith, courage, and hope. I believe in you. I know you can do this. You have everything you need to succeed. So go ahead and take that first step. The life you're dreaming of is waiting on the other side of fear. Break free, my friend. Your future is brighter than you can imagine.